All right. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Kakwadash. Would like to say I want to give double honor to the apostles of GMS that will well that we learn from, and to the hopefully elect so-called Negro, Latino, Hispanic, Native Americans. If your father has come from that descent, a salutation, peace, and blessings. This is gonna be about a dream that I had. It's very rare that I have a dream. I have dreams. It was one of those dreams that when you wake up in the morning and you doze back off, you go back to sleep, and it's gonna go into about pretty much you bowing down and having to, go along with the system. Just like when you read the account of Daniel and the three holy children. Now, I don't have anything but this precept right here, scripture right here lined up. But Lord's will I can find the account of Daniel and the three holy children. And the hell is this? Salaki. So Salaki outside. So boom, in the dream, in the account, and I'm gonna try to speak on from what I remember. So basically, it was fire. It was havoc. You had Gurga troops, meaning other nations which were deployed in the streets of America, because basically, the new system, the new world order, have been put in effect, and I was there, and basically, and it happened very fast. So again, just going into like Jacob's trouble, you know, which is going to go across the four corners. There's going to be a test. Which you're going to see who you worship and who you're going to go, who you're going to be for. Because again, like we say, you're either going to serve the creature, this infrastructure, this beast system, or you're going to serve Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and no man have two masters. So it's going to come to a time where, everybody's going to have to go with whom they believe, whom they choose, and whom they worship. It's not going to be no gray area. It's not going to be no, how you say, playing around, I'm for this, I'm for that, or this and that. But the point is, you're going to have to choose very fast, and it can cost you your life. So in the dream, you had here it is. It was me in the Gurga troop, and he basically told me like, "Yo, he doesn't have time, blase blase." And when I was looking while he was talking these things, I was looking ahead. It was like a line, and and everybody had took the object, and everybody had pretty much bowed down to the image. So everybody was like, here go the line, and everybody that was before me, they wasn't happy. It was like they was on their knees, and they was like scared, disgruntled, and they wasn't at ease. And then here it is. I stepped forward, and he was like, yo. So boom, boom, take this object right here, and move along. He was like, yo, you got to put this thing inside you. Boom, blase, blase. You got to move on. That shit. And while he was talking to me, I got heated. I felt like Eleazar in the book of Maccabees. If I could, I would have. No, not Eleazar. Mattathias, when he saw his fellow brethren, took ate the food. and if I could, I would have slew him, but it was part of that, that hour. So as he was speaking to me, he was like, yo, you either gonna bow down to this infrastructure, or you gonna bow down, or you take this gun, or it was like it was like a form of a gun, and it was basically, he told me like, yo, either you take this gun and you press the button on it, and you press basically get rid of yourself. So I said, yo, give me the I said, yo, give me the give me that object, the gun right there, and I'm going over there, and I'm gonna off myself because I'm not fucking bound down. And it was real quick, it was I didn't think no 2-second thoughts of it. I said, yo, I'm not bound down to the beast system. I'm not down for this shit right here. Nah, I'm good. Give me the gun right there so I can off myself. So, when I was, like I said, everything was quick. So it wasn't no time to, relapse, think about the good times. Because, the scripture talks about uh, how material things get itself wings, and it tells you in a time of adversity, the pleasures things, it goes away. So like again, I didn't have time to think about none of that shit because, like I said, it was very quick. So I took the gun out of his hand, the electrical object, and and I felt, it's like I felt what Yahweh Shai felt, you know, as if I don't, the feeling was that feel right before. It's like, damn, yeah, I'm about to go to the spirit world. But as right before I pulled the button, I pushed the button, I pulled the trigger, I made a quick prayer. I remember, and it's crazy because while I was sleeping, I felt like my bowels, because I was like, yo, this is it. I'm going to the spirit world, and I could feel it. I was like, yo, I made that quick prayer. I said, hey, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, Bashim Kakwadash, I pray that you find me worthy, and I prayed that I remember I asked the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, forgive me for my transgressions, have mercy on me, and please find me worthy to enter into thy gates. And I remember I pressed that button. It's like I felt that electrical shock, and I woke up. But I talked, I spoke with a couple of brothers about it, and they was like, yeah, put that on wax. But yeah, this, we're coming in those times. So this is Revelation 13, and it says, he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And basically, that Gurgle troop had, that power. If you didn't bow down, hey, he gave you a choice. He gave you an option. You take this and you off yourself. And he said he causes all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand on their foreheads. Because again, we understand that, and man, it's funny. It's funny because I was talking to this Ephraimite. He's how you say, he been in the military, blase blase, and all of that. He kind of stays, close, not close, but kind of hard to explain to God. But the point is this, the conversation, got to, about the object, and he was like, yo, yeah, that shit's right, that shit's here. He was like, yeah, a lot of people had already got it. And he was like, yo, I'm not, fuck out of here, I'm not taking that shit. He was like, yo, already, such and such got got my shit ready, such and such, blase blase. But the point, is Esau is setting up this setting up the new world order, because again, war is brewing up. Esau sees the chariots of the Lord. So like the scripture says in Revelation 12:12, he has to come quickly. He has to set up that new world order. It was saying that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So again, if we coming in those times where cash is being depleted, Esau is going to set up a lot of things to come into place, and that infrastructure is going to be in full place. Jacob's trouble. Let me see, Jeremiah 30. Yep, and this is what I saw. Jeremiah 30:6. Ask ye now and see whether a man do travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and our faces are turned into paleness. And this is exactly what I saw. I saw fire. I saw havoc. Nobody was happy. But and nobody was smiling. And everybody was in as you say, with his hands on his loins in the fetal position. Allah's for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So that day is coming. It was another. It was one more. Let me see, Daniel. Yeah, bear with me one moment. Trying to find right to the point. So hold on. Okay, I'm near it. Daniel 6 and because the decree I sent out, he can't pretty much pray, if I'm not mistaken. But just getting to the point. Now, when Daniel knew that the writing was signed, he went to his house, and his windows being open in his chamber toward Jerusalem, he kneeled upon his knees 3 times a day and prayed and gave thanks before his power as he did aforetime. Then these men assembled and found Daniel praying and making supplication before his power. Then they came near and spake before the king concerning the king's decree. Hast thou not signed a decree that every man shall ask a petition of any power or man within 30 days, say, well, thee, O king, shall be cast to the dens of lions? The king answered and said, the thing is true, according to the law of the Medes and Persians, which altereth not. See, and the thing about it, same way that these devils are putting everything into a law, to make it seem as if it's correct or it's something right to do, or if not, you breaking the law, and they got the right and their power to ban you or get rid of you. Well, you know, we have, we're not supposed to bow down or, cherish or follow through with it, regardless if it costs us our life. And the same thing how Daniel felt. Hey, that's how I felt in that dream I had. I was like, yo, I'm telling you that shit had me hot. And then it answered and said, before the king, that Daniel, which is of the children of the captivity of Judah, regarded not thee, O king, nor the decree that thou hast signed, but make his petition 3 times a day. Then the king, when he heard these words, was sore displeased with himself, and set his heart on Daniel to deliver him. And he labored till the going down of his son to deliver him. Uh, Then the king commanded, and they brought Daniel and cast him into the den of lions. And the king spake, said unto Daniel, thy power whom thou servest continually, he will deliver thee. So, the point was, Daniel, disobeyed the decree, and there was a punishment behind it. So, this is going to be the same thing to this day, because again, the time that we're living in is very, we living in a beautiful time, scary and all at the same time, because, you know, Esau has given this whole big illusion of just freedom and playful and laughter. You can do what you want, life and American dream and la 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 and uh, you know, gluttony, pleasure, gifts, birthday parties, Christmas, eating candy, eating chicken. That's what Esau put in front of these people, and these people have become blinded behind it. But now it's coming a time where everybody is going to have to show a stand on whom they really believe. It's going to have to take an action. There's no more playing, mouth surface or selling wolf tickets. You're really going to be tried in these bodies of ours. And you have to. One thing, you had to. Sometimes it's going to cost you your life. And see, that's why Esau destroyed us as a nation, starting with our spirituality, then the man, and then the woman, because due to the long years of us not really knowing who we were, we have fell so low to the ground that we just follow anything. But the time is coming where the new world order is being set up right before our faces, and you will have to take a stand for something. The scripture says no man can serve two masters. But that's pretty much it. Lord's will, you was edified. A shalom.